Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up? Good morning, GM. Tuesday, December 31st, 2020. Oh, it's my last time doing this. Four. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host. That was Mando. Whoa, there you go. I don't have a producer in the house, so I got to do it myself. Oh, I could figure it out. Mando, good morning. Last GM of the year. How you doing today?
Fantastic. What a day.
What a day, dude. What a nice end of year, right? What a way to go.
It is nice.
You know? You think Bitcoin's gonna go back to 100K just for the lulz today? Just end the year at 100 bands?
Maybe. I think Bitcoin could chop here for a little bit. AI coins, on the other hand, are fucking insane.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. AI coins are absolutely ripping. Listen, y'all, there's no producer, there's no Tyler, it's just Mando and I shooting the shit today for the last show of the year. So let me get this straight. So we have Robit loot box spins later today. Then we have, obviously we're gonna chat markets. Let me send the co-host invite to Myriad. Let's just chat about everything. Let's just chat about what happened this year. Funny shit, good shit, bad shit. Let's make some predictions for next year and everything. Let me see. Did the broadcast link post on FOMO? There it is. Woo! Whoa, love to see that. Here's the link. Let me send it to you. Yes, 100%. Let me send you. Okay, here's the broadcast link. Bang! There you go. Let me post that up over here. So we're good. See, Sims, I'm in control now. I know how all this stuff works. There you go. Anyways, today on the show, we'll go through our stuff. And you know the sponsors. Today, the sponsors will cut me some slack. Galaxis and Fairside Network. We love you guys. Thank you for supporting the show. And then at the end, I'm going to prepare fun loot box during the show so that we can give away some dope-ass NFTs. I can probably put some Rogue Radio NFTs back in there. Not that we actually have a price that's not like 0.006 ETH. So it's so I think people will probably want those again. Anyways, Mando, dude, man, where do we even start with this show today? What should we play your jingle one last time for the year? Should we even just, you know what? Let's just do it one more time for the end of the year.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM. So, yeah, crazy ends of the year, it feels like. Maybe not if you're just looking at Bitcoin and stuff, but the Bitcoin did bounce. So that 92K level, we went to 91.5 and then hung out there for about an hour or so, and then we bounced. Interestingly, MicroStrategy was lower again yesterday, so that's still kind of like an underlying tension, I think, in the Bitcoin market. But we bounced. Majors all bounced. Solana is slightly outperforming again here today, but kind of a good day across the board. I think you'd be pretty blind to see that to have missed kind of what's been going on in AI coins by this stage. If anything, it's only getting even bigger. Every day I come in and every day it's gotten more crazy. So you had AI 16Z flipped with and Pengu today. As well, it's not really a meme coin, but like that kind of tells you if you've been fading it, as I've been saying for so long now, if you've been fading it all this time, stop. It is I think this stuff, even if it, you sell buy it on a retrace, like this stuff is going insane. So 2 billion for AI 16Z. Virtuals is nearly about to hit 4 billion, it looks like. Zero Bro yesterday announced a very similar sort of tokenomics change to what caused the pump in AI 16Z. That is now at $620 million. AI XBT hit $600 million. That got an investment from the Quantum Cats team, and got a Quantum Cats I think sent to them as well.
I think sent. I mean, it has the Extras wallet now. So was it sent? Oh yeah, and they sent them a second one too. So they sent it to them. Yeah, I thought it bought it on its own at first, but I don't think it has the capacity.
Yeah, no, it didn't. a number of the mid-tier ones, I would say. So like Graphane, Arc, all of these hit new highs. Infra has definitely been the play of the last month or less. Yeah, say 3 weeks. As Farokh and Goat kind of cooled, but these infra plays have just gone insane. Like the ones I think are the most interesting. AI16Z is probably the most interesting in terms of infra for me. I still think it's because it's got the open source bit. Like they've probably got the best chance to have like a very successful marketplace now that they've changed all the tokenomics. The main thing that they did last Friday was they changed everything about the token, right? They basically said, hey, we're not going to be a DAO anymore, or at least that's not going to be the main thing about the DAO. We're going to release a marketplace similar to Virtuals. And then Zero Bro basically announced the same thing yesterday, although Zero Bro probably doesn't have the same sort of wider appeal as in it doesn't have the same like sort of downloads, that sort of stuff.
Crazy.
Then Arc is a similar sort of one. This is built with Rust. Brother, I bought this. This bag is nearly as big as my goat bag at this stage.
What the fuck?
Well, easily nearly as like this stuff has gone insane. It's like small buys of these infra plays. AI16Z did a doubling since that news came out on Friday. Like this whole thing, because what they're basically people are now trying to say are what people are now trying to say is these can be L1s. So like you could do things with them. They could be like any transaction that you do using these agents could then be like the gas fee in some sort of way. They could be used to like create the agents, for trading between the agents, all that sort of stuff. So like people are now starting to view them in a different lens, that like particularly the ones with the big open source frameworks or like really popular frameworks, that these could be valued in like a different sort of way. Now that was something that was probably spoken about like a month ago, but none of the tokens were designed like that. Like none of the tokens were really designed to apart from Virtuals, which is like the best flywheel. Now they've all within the space of a week changed the flywheels. So like you have very different sort of tokens being spoken about kind of across the board. So yeah, kind of an insane move across the board in a bunch of those. And yeah, I don't really know what to like make of it here. Like I was speaking to Obi about it because every single day for the last 2 months, I've been saying to him, hey, you need to pay attention to this. Hey, just like I did with you at the start, and then you started buying things. And he still hasn't.
He'll come on the show because you're calling him out.
No, I didn't call him out. I just said I've been telling him to do that, and his response to me was, "Oh, I don't have time to look at all this stuff," which is very fair. I think that is one of the main things that I think you have to accept here, is that like the attrition and between some of these tokens can be very, very high. Like you probably need to pay attention to it in the same way you pay attention to like NFTs during the last cycle, but this stuff is just going crazy, and it's got this like normie appeal. And I think what the normie appeal is really is that these agents could actually be the product market fit here for crypto. At the moment, there's a lot of like anti feeling around this because they're just chatbots and they're just LARPing, which is 100% true. Like if you go into Virtuals right now, all the tokens are basically just chatbots. All the tokens that have been created so far, like 90% of them are just chatbots. What you've started to see the changing of is that like maybe they could turn into trading in the next 6 months. So they start to do stuff. Maybe they could be, maybe they could give you advice, which is kind of the AI XBT model. Although I think that token maybe now they're trying to like make a Bloomberg terminal out of it. But maybe like the other thing is maybe they could be used to buy things for you. Like MoonPay and Shopify all integrated with Solana now. So like you could be like, hey, to this agent, hey, could you do my shopping for me on Amazon? Could you pay my bills for me? Like as soon as all these different things have a crypto front end, then suddenly these agents can be doing quite a lot more. So like a lot of people are being like, oh, well, at the moment they're just chatbots. Yes, 100%. But I think what we're now starting to go into the realm of is, number one, they can do stuff in crypto. So they could do payments in crypto, they could do trading in crypto, they could do, I don't know, DeFi stuff for you in crypto. But then it's also outside of crypto. Like if you tell your normie friend Farokh, hey, I got this bot that pays all my bills for me IRL, like pays my Netflix, pays my Shopify, yeah, or like looks for deals for me on different things. I actually think that people are now viewing this as like, okay, well, this could be bigger than that. It's not just like a crypto specific thing. And although we're completely at the foothills of this, and like there's a lot of big concepts about what it could be, it just so reminds me of the beginning of NFTs. You know, like where people had huge views about what they could do with these things. And in the end, like 18 months down the line, it all kind of fell apart and it never really happened. But this started in October. This is what people need to remember. Like, this is like March of NFTs 2021 we're in right now. If that started in December, we're in March.
Yeah.
And that ran for at least another year.
We had a horrible April and then we pumped.
but different things ran, right? It didn't actually, it had a horrible April, but then everything ran again. And Bored Apes hit their high in May of 2022.
Yeah, that just minted in April, so end of April, then May, then
No, it's in like the next year. Another 15 months after that. Like,
it went forever.
And that was peak. We're going to build the metaverse. Other side mint, right? Like,
that was crazy.
And just I think people are fading this well before the time that people should be fading it. I just think that like this stuff can just keep going. So there's a lot of LARPing. There's a lot of blue sky thinking like, oh my God, this is going to change the complete world. And maybe that doesn't work out. And I'm fully cognizant of all of that. But what I'm starting to see, and I do that other show with Invest Answers on a Monday, right? And that show has traditionally been very anti-meme. Like they don't like memes, or like the viewers don't like memes. And they wouldn't have probably liked NFT's life cycle, but they like this stuff. They're like, oh, this is really interesting. This is tech. This is like, what I think we're going to see here is a rotation from altcoins into this stuff. Like, I think originally what we saw is like this took away from other meme coins. What I think we're about to see is like the total market cap of all these AI agents is 13 billion or 12 billion, something like that. XRP is 200 billion. XRP is 200 billion.
For what?
And no one really uses it.
I genuinely want to know for what. Like, I don't even want to sound like
right. And I'm telling you that this space is now 12 billion. And I think it has the potential to onboard millions, hundreds of millions of people to products that could be created off the back of it. It's gone to 14 billion today.
You know what I love with this is that the entire time, the entire time for me, the actual like I lost the word. Like the special thing about it was not AI. It was actually blockchain adaptation to it. Because people care about it once there's a price attached to it. It really clicked for me overnight. I think I like finally like let go of like the I don't have time for it, or it's worthless. It's like I don't think any of these need a coin for what it's worth. But if the coin is attached to a mind share, why could this not be worth more than an image of a dog with a hat?
I think the reason for the coin for a lot of them was tough at the start, for sure. But now that they're creating these flywheels in the same way that virtuals is, like, I can imagine, like, why do you need a coin for an L1? It's for a gas token. It's for a gas token. So if these turn to L1s, or they start to come into marketplaces, we have to buy the coins, or maybe you have to buy a subscription to a particular AI agent in a coin. There's really been a step change in tokenomics. That's basically what happened here. Like, everyone was super bullish on them, and then AI16Z basically said, hey, we had this old tokenomics, which is this DAO. We ain't going to do that anymore. We're going to do what the best tokenomics thing was, which is virtuals. And now every single one of these other coins has basically said, yeah, that's the thing. And that's why you see AI16Z went from trading at 900 million to 2 billion. You've seen Zero Bro trading from 300 million to 620 million. You've seen Graphane, Arc, both do 2 or 3. Look at the 7-day changes in prices, right? Like,
this website is incredible.
AIXBT is up 80%. Virtual's up 20. This is just because AI16Z decided to change its tokenomics, and all these other ones are now starting to see the same thing. So AIXBT is now running because people are like, well, AIXBT could probably do the same thing, right? Like we could now create agents for you in crypto that do kind of the Genius Bar stuff for crypto, right? So all of these agent coins are now shifting into infra coins. And whether that is like saturated, already it feels a little bit saturated, I'm not going to lie. But I also think that shift has meant the AI coins can go higher. And Virtuals is trading at $4 billion, despite no one really using Virtuals agents every single day, right? Like, there is I just think that this stuff has really wild normie appeal that people in the meme coin space maybe don't appreciate. Like, I don't know what the altcoin market cap is. Like, if I go to others, what's the others market cap?
Let me tell you.
That's outside the top 10, right? That's 350 billion, okay, of others, of which I would assume like a decent chunk of that is memes. So let's say that's like.
Well, if 345 billion are others, let's see memes. Isn't there a thing for memes?
Yeah.
Memes.
I think it's about 100 billion for memes at the moment, but that would include Doge, and I think Doge is in the top 10. So like, I would say
a third of that, a fourth of that, quarter of that.
Quarter of that is probably memes, something like that.
That's fair. Quarter of that.
So we're talking about like $250 billion of vaporware altcoins to a large extent, right?
Wait, this looks bottomed as fuck right there. Like,
right.
Others looks like it actually looks like the Solana chart, ironically.
Like, and I think there is a time, like, clearly I've said on this chart, I went really big into GOAT. Like, I got nearly 1% of the supply there.
You still have
and that has gone up and it's gone down, and I'm still up massively on all the other stuff I bought. Like, you can be early, but you also, like, there's this concept of like not taking the trade, and I think like Farokh has done a 10x since I bought it. AI16Z has done a 20x since I bought it. It's done a 100x since it went on to Moonshot. I got that notification today. ARK has just done a 4x. Like, this stuff is going insane. Like, I really think just pay attention to it. It's like, I really think this has got the normie appeal stuff that memes have, but it's also got the normie tech appeal here, where like people who are investing in altcoins and would never touch memes, they're like, no, I don't want to own this stuff. They want to buy this. And weirdly, the people who buy memes and NFTs, that's who I see like the majority of the pushback from. They're like, oh, this stuff, like KBM's, I think, a big believer in all this stuff.
There he is. The biggest. You know what? Ironically, the biggest bear, but the biggest bull when it comes to AI.
He's a huge AI bull.
Huge AI bull. I mean, we've been talking about it for weeks on Rex Radio everywhere.
He has been talking about it forever. He's hosting about it. We're talking. Remember, I was like, I'm not sure about them. And you were the one telling me, no, Farokh, this shit's going to go. So I
said I liked the AIXBT. It was like, it was pretty low down there. But
you and for us on our end, it was Tyler, man. Fucking Tyler did it, dude. This guy's been pounding his fist about AIXBT in the chat.
It was just different. You could tell it was just a different feel to it compared to the other agents.
So how do you feel like today? Clearly, like it's a big AI day, right? Like Mando's talking about, we're talking about the market cap of others in crypto. He's talking about how there's a potential of like utility tokens, money flowing into AI coins for this coming cycle. Like, what do you make of all that?
No, I think he's right. I mean, we've already seen it in this choppy market. I mean, the majors are holding up well today, but every time they start to pump, the AI coins, catch a bid. So it's kind of clear that that'll be the next narrative that just continues. I think it's just an easier narrative for people to wrap their heads around too. It's like people like me who maybe didn't trade the meme coins as well, where it's like, hey, it's this guy's dog's named Rupert. Like, you're like going down that rabbit hole. Like, that's not as easy as like for many people to get on board with. I mean, it's really vaporous. Whereas this, at least you feel like you're investing in maybe something. It's also vapor for the most part, but like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Narrative feels heavier. Like it feels like you can just spin this narrative better, and I don't know. It feels a little.
So what makes someone like you who like, and you tweeted about this, like you don't really get meme coins, like it's not really your thing, right? You don't like selling.
I mean,
them.
I get them. I like them, but it's just I fucking just I don't know.
Like it hasn't been your forte. So like, what makes you understand AI stuff before most? Because for most people, it was vaporware until today.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because there's something attached to it. You can go into like the GitHubs and you can go in and see like what they're doing. You can see products that are made. Well, I mean, usually sometimes that's bearish in crypto, right? If you ship, people put a valuation cap on you in different ways. But I think that just makes it easier to like take an analysis approach, a fundamental analysis approach, and technical analysis approach, and just combine those rather than just hoping and guessing that people catch on to this meme. You can at least like so you can sleep at night, I should say. Like, okay, this company is shipping, they're creating something, like they're going to have news in the future. Whereas like you're relying on that narrative with the meme coin, and there's not going to be a news release. Whereas like you're buying Griffin, they're going to ship a new thing tomorrow or ship a new thing next week. You can kind of just like sleep better at night. For me, like I'm more comfortable aping like six figs.
Is that bullish or bearish, by the way, guys? Like, because all this time, I feel like 2024 was the year of like meme coins, obviously Bitcoin and meme coins, right? That was kind of 2024's in a nutshell. And it was like, well, bearish on utility, bearish on teams, and all of a sudden, we're seeing kind of a swap. Mando,
I think it's the right question to ask, but I think it's not the question to ask in March of the 2021 cycle. That's what I basically think. I think what we're actually seeing is, firstly, and I put this out yesterday, like, what was the biggest LARP here, right? Like, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's a LARP, it's a LARP, it's a LARP, all of this stuff, right? And I put out, what was the biggest LARP? Altcoins in 2017, NFTs in 2021, meme coins in 2024, or these AI coins. AI coins actually won in that people thought it was the biggest LARP out of all this stuff.
That's funny.
I would argue that what I have just described of this concept of, hey, imagine saying to your friend, I have this agent that buys stuff for me, like does my shopping for me. Like it could do shopping for you on Amazon, like find deals, or does my weekly shop for me, does all of that, because they all have crypto front ends. It does trading for me, like it invests for me. And that could, who knows, that could broaden out into like broader things, not just crypto, right? Like if they have, again, a crypto front end, it could invest in lots of different things for you. It can actively trade for me in crypto, like it could trade searching new meme coin pairs. It could trade existing big cap tokens, or it could do DeFi stuff. It can make payments for you to your friend. Like we run various businesses in crypto. Like, can you just pay my 10 employees for me today?
Yeah. I mean, AI is going to replace the executive assistant. It's going to like, if you believe in that, like I was talking with Danny about this over the holidays, like AI is going to replace a lot of the jobs. Like the paralegal is finished. There's no more need for fucking paralegal soon, but there's going to need for someone to go to trial for you and like beat the case. Right. But there's a lot of the little, one day, like, fuck AI could even, like, robots will replace even like this tiny little surgeon, but they'll have a doctor over them. So if you believe in that thesis of AI, then why would it not apply to your day to day?
Which is a massive macro trend. That isn't just like, this has to happen in crypto trend. So like,
all kicked when they had a token to people. I think it proves that the financialization of it, because we knew that, right, Mando? Like when ChatGPT came out, we all said, oh, one day it's going to book your travels. We've been talking about this for like 3 years, like 2 years. I don't know. Like it was always a thesis, right? Oh, go to ChatGPT, book me a trip to Florence and tell me exactly what I need to see in Italy, right? That was always a thing. It's not new. It doesn't come with crypto.
But you need a crypto, like, this is the great thing about that. Like normal LLMs, their ability to like access your bank account, I think is going to be far more difficult, and like also be autonomous around that is going to be far, far more difficult than an agent with it, which you fund its wallet, right? So like what I actually think is crypto is a much better way for AI to use money. It's like, that is just a fact. So what you have here is like a broader trend in AI agents, which is happening with big tech as well, right? Like Meta announced they've got AI agents coming to Facebook and Instagram yesterday, right? So it's like a big underlying trend. But I guess what I'm trying to say is the LARPiness of it. What is the bigger LARP here? Is it the LARP what I just said? Which, yes, the coin itself, like we still need to work out how that value happens. Maybe all these transactions have to happen on their L1. Maybe you have to only pay for it in their coin. Like you can only buy this agent in their coin. You pay for a subscription in their coin. In which case, or maybe it's like a buy and burn thing. You can argue that sometimes that could, those models haven't really worked out that great in crypto, but there's still probably going to be a use case of a coin somewhere in there down the line. Where it wasn't happening before was like when it was all DAOs and stuff, which I was like, oh god, this could be a bit grim. But if it's just like marketplaces and L1s, I think that's far cleaner. Or is it a JPEG that you own, which is a Veblen good because a celebrity owns it? Or is it a meme coin because, somebody owns somebody's dog, as KBM says? Like, what is the bigger LARP to a normie? I would actually say that the least LARPy thing is the AI agent. Like, if you were to pitch it to a normie. Now, the weird thing is in crypto, people might look at that the completely opposite way around because we all hate fucking utility. And the only pure stuff for us is just like memes. But I actually think what we're going to see here is, and what I was saying to you with that Monday show that I do, is they all are jumping at this stuff. Like the normies, like the people who are more like altcoin investors or like they don't want to touch
AI, right? Normies love
like,
AI.
this shit is the bomb, right? Like, this stuff is the best stuff I've ever seen.
They love AI, bro. I remember
also.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say like funds and like you can spin up funds that invest in this kind of shit where it's like, talking to your LPs and telling them you're gonna buy Peanut the squirrel, and then he's fucking dead. It's over. There's no more Peanut news coming out. But like funds can spin up these and like be like, oh, we're investing in this AI infrastructure, and like there can be underlying bids that are just way more prevalent in these kind of things. But I think Mando is also correct that like finding a value proposition for the coins, it's been a struggle for crypto since the beginning. So that part's always difficult, and that part might be the LARP, and it probably is the LARP, but that doesn't really stop you from making money on these kind of trends. Yeah.
I think you should approach this stuff with the same amount of healthy LARPiness that you approach NFTs with utility in 2021.
Yep.
Like I'll buy into the dream. I completely understand it's a dream that may not happen, right? But it can also have that massive normie appeal if Eminem buys my thing, right?
This is true.
Right.
So
what you're really doing there is being like, I don't know if in a year's time or in 18 months' time, AI 16Z will do any of the stuff that it says it's going to do. But until then, people can have crazy views on what some of this stuff can do now. And I really like the meme bit of it, as I've already said, like the Farokh coin goat stuff, because I think that's like, there's only very, very short list of like memes, which we love in crypto as like having a purity about them because they are the coins. They like, people like them as coins way more than utility coins. But all of this stuff is just going nuts. And it's altcoin investors that are coming in and being like, hey, this actually has a product market fit. XRP is at 200 billion and doesn't have a product market fit right now. Or at least is like trying to search for one. And suddenly you have stuff which it already has it. It already has it. Like the product market fit's so easy. It's reachable for a lot of these people very, very quickly. So I think what I've seen in so many of our NFT, like our chats, Farokh, is like just like a disdain for it all, and like, oh yeah, it's
yeah. I mean, I remember early on, I was telling you guys like this is just NFTs ran back. Like I caught onto the NFT narrative, like or analogy, like day zero. I just didn't buy in until I went all in on Farokh, which that saved me from missing this entire boat. So I'm not coping because I have a fuck ton of Farokh. Literally,
it's great, and it's the most pure, like that, and I think that and Go are the most pure tokens plays, but they haven't got the utility play, right? They haven't got this utility play, and what's really happened now is that the utility play is actually what normies want. They want them. They want it.
Where do you start now? So there's questions, right? People are like, "What is this? Is it too late?" I think we all agree that it's not too late because we have a whole year of bull market coming. I do want your thoughts on what you think is going to happen in 2025. But where do you start then? Like these coins are already at a 500
million.
million.
So I think that's the question. That's the main pushback, right? Like how many coins really go over 2 billion? Like
the way it's chosen, is it that like no other coins will reach 500 to a billion, but the ones that have $500 million to $1 billion are going to 10 billion, 5 billion, 20 billion, 50 billion, or like what's the upside here for a trader?
So this is how I approached NFTs in 2021, right? Like as well, like I knew I was early. Was I too early? Like what do you buy? Like if the space does a 10x, have you bought the asset that does the 10x, right? And I've been right on some of that stuff. I've been wrong on some of that stuff. But what I generally think is that's going to still be the same. Like, I still think that figure was literally 12 billion 2 days ago, and now it's 15 billion. I think that figure will go to 50 relatively quickly. I don't know what will be the 10x in that stuff, but I would guess that there are certain ones now which stand out, I would say, and it would be tough for them not to be included in that. But even if it's not that, I think it's very clear that this is the space where there will be runners to 1 billion relatively quickly. I don't know if did you see Ansem yesterday? Did you see that tweet from Ansem? If you go onto his feed, because he retweeted something which I thought was interesting.
Which retweet?
Just if you go down,
The one where he says he drinks his own cum off a woman's breast, right?
No, that one. No. I'll send you the link to it. But like a new firm was did it's called Litmus. I'm sending it to you now.
There it is. I found it.
Just watch this as a just turn it up for everyone to. It's 3 minutes long, so maybe it's too long, but we can watch and you get the sense of it.
Open up Limitus on my laptop.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
You got it.
I really don't like this coin. For what
Go
it's
ahead.
worth.
I'm listening.
Been some shit going on here.
Scandex for all new coins that went to 10 mil plus market cap.
Here's a list of coins that went to 10 million plus market cap today. Zwag has the highest volume. Would you like me to analyze further?
Sure, let's do it.
Here's a detailed breakdown on Zwag.
Scan for potential insider buys.
A wallet starting with HG67 made a significant buy early in the token's launch. Would you like to track this wallet?
Yes, please notify me of this wallet's similar purchases.
Sure thing. I will notify you of this wallet's future activities.
That's so crazy.
There's 3 minutes of this sort of stuff, like all the stuff you can do with these sort of.
Would you like me to set the limit by order 4?
Yeah, here, I'll lower the volume while you explain this. This is
The point of what I'm trying to make here more is that there are going to be new coins like this coming a lot, right? And they show the integrations like the Netflix, like you could buy stuff with, and if you're not, even if you don't want to be like, I don't want to buy a coin at 2 billion, I don't want to do that. Then I think you just got to turn off the blinkers for this is all just a lot, because I don't think it will be. And I think a lot of these newer coins will also run. Even that, what was that one on Hyperliquid that happened in a day, right?
Is that one?
Vapor, which is kind of just like a well orchestrated flywheel. It's not like it's anything crazy. Went to 150 million.
We're in the right ecosystem at the right time for that.
Right.
Fucking send it.
All you really need to do
What up, Benny?
you need to take your nuts out and you just
Lay 'em
place
out.
them on the table, and that's all this is. I think people don't understand what's going to happen in next year. I mean, 2025 is going to be the greatest flip of wealth and power in the world that we've ever seen. Simply put, that's it. There's no questions asked. That's what's about to happen.
To
So
AI
question-
coin investors, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about what are your thoughts on the AI stuff? What are you holding? What's Benny holding?
I hold a little bit of everything, but
We know.
really, I'm not as much as I'm interested in the AI coins. Like I tweeted the other day, what I'm really interested in is when is the AI going to become sentient and try to kill other AIs? Okay, because I think that's more fascinating to me, because it's kind of like we need to have a society of AIs that really want to destroy other AIs so that they're better. Right?
They're being
Because
too friendly to each other.
they're,
that I'm
they're-
seeing.
it's way too
They
friendly.
keep respecting each other, right?
They're respecting each other a bit too much. Trisig had great calls. That's what AIXPT said.
Oh,
Like,
nice
buddy.
call. I should have thought about that.
I don't think AIXPT has said a bad word about anything ever.
He
Yeah.
hasn't. He's
needs to be-
perma-bull.
He needs to start being mean. Okay.
Maybe
like,
that's where
someone-
a market fit here. We can create an AI
Hey,
that's
you
kinda
said NFTs though, Wagme
tearing these
vibes
other-
on AI. They're all Wagme and shit.
There is a bit of Wagme. Very clearly, there's a bit of Wagme. This old space is Wagme, but we're in
I don't
March
want- I don't want
2021.
Wagme.
This is what I keep saying. It's Wagme season.
I,
It's Wagme season.
This
You
is a $1
know,
billion coin. An AI
We're
that
all gonna
shits on
Myriad it.
AIs.
I want to create like the Jerry Saltz of AI agents.
There's an open fucking.
Yeah,
market here
that's
for this.
that's a good analogy actually.
Right?
We need some real. What we really need is like a bunch of AI researchers from like the broader AI community to come in and just be like, this stuff is absolute vaporware, and then it does another 10x.
Yeah.
Which like they kind of already have come in and said like this is the and
You
somebody
kinda
said
did
like
that to me on virtuals. I'm still in pain right now looking at this price.
yeah.
You can't listen to anybody. That's the other thing. You have to have.
Well, it's so early, right? So.
Well, it's what and I've been saying. I know everybody heard me say this here, but we're gonna have a little bit, slow until Trump gets in. But I firmly believe that if he on day 2 or day 1 signs a presidential order that basically says that we're going to do part of the reserve in Bitcoin, I think it's just game over. I think everything that and feel, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for in crypto. So I've been forever in crypto, and all the things that we've talked about that we wanted is happening right now. So like,
this thing just crossed 600 mil.
Yeah. So it's like, look, if it doesn't happen right now, probably that means it's never going to happen, in my opinion. So This is it. So it's like between the 4 of us and everybody who's listening, which I don't know who it is, I sold my house. And I'm renting, and I took all my cash, and I quadrupled down on crypto.
Is this a recent thing?
Yeah,
like, this recent.
Literally this week, I just did it.
Wow, fuck me.
Fuck?
Yeah, I'm not kidding around. This is, when I say that we are going to see the largest
Let's fucking
change
go.
in wealth and power in this country, in this world, ever in the history of the world. This is it. This is that moment. 2025 will be historical.
God, I feel that way, but then it's just like, this is such a stupid.
Come on,
data point
KBM,
because he
Southampton's home.
No, because he doesn't own that much. But
KBM's made some money recently. I don't know if you've known this,
just
but the
annoys
guy
me.
is back over the last
Taylor
week.
just annoys me, man. It's like that is, I don't know. It's like God and the markets will not let a guy like Sailor win who just prices.
They will. You got to stop fudding Sailor because your FUD goes viral and doesn't help the cause. So
if Sailor wasn't in, I would sell my house too.
Did you see MicroStrategy stock was down again yesterday?
Yeah, it's down right now. It's fine.
No, it's up right now.
It's unchanged with Bitcoin up 3%. It was down 8% yesterday.
Yeah,
because
it's gonna go to a discount, dude. He's gonna get punished, but I guess he doesn't own that much. Okay, like it's like it seems like a lot, but really he's like a small fish.
But that's the thing, right? With MicroStrategy is that it was up a lot already versus Bitcoin because it was short squeeze. So naturally, Bitcoin.
Yeah, of course, it's gonna go down. It's gonna probably be on par or go to a discount at some point here.
Listen. No more FUD on Michael Saylor's name.
I just don't like his vibe.
Yeah, but you don't forget, it's not just his money.
No, right? Of course.
So
see, someone's asking. Oh, go ahead, Maddie. Go ahead.
We need the micro sailors, like
we do,
but we need more of the KBMs to have power
we don't.
and wealth. We do. We need the KBMs to have the control, and that's what's about to happen.
KBM's about to go through the best experience of his life. What was that tweet again?
Kim, what's the? Oh yeah, I'm about to go through
the most abundant.
I'm about to hit the most abundant phase of my life.
Like AI coins, man. He's long.
I'm up a lot.
What's that hat you're wearing?
Bro, making millions from the basement closet.
The hat, no comment.
What's with the hat you're wearing? KBM,
no
I like.
Comment. No comment.
Someone just commented on it and said I need me one, so I just asked them.
Did they? Wow.
So, guys, we should sell our Popcat and Moodang for AI larps. I don't think this is good. I think the first stage of this, honestly, was a lot of people with left curve capital moving into this. What I actually think is that memes will, like you saw yesterday, Kekius, this Elon meme just fucking went to 150 million in a day. Like memes will be memes. It's one of the best use cases for crypto. What I'm saying right now is a lot of the vaporware altcoins with no product market fit. I think you're about to see a massive rotation of those bags into these alongside some of the left curve crypto stuff. Like some of those people, you can see some of the NFT people have all moved to this sort of stuff. A lot of the meme coin people have all moved to this sort of stuff. I'm just saying this isn't one to fade because I think that it's got that left curve meets normie thing about it, or at least degenning thing.
Neat
So,
right
like-
curve too. Like
Last
you
night-
pretend to be smart. This is all curves.
But
Right.
you got to also like, I think the first start, and I'm speaking for myself here also, because something clicked for me yesterday a lot with this AXBT thing. Obviously, it's pumping my bag, so I'm switching bullish here. But it's but I think the first part of it is accepting it's not a LARP. Just like in NFTs, like
Some
everyone's
are.
calling.
I think you always have to think it's a lot. Like
Some
a
are
healthy dose.
terrible. Like a
But
lot
if
of
you
these
remove
agents
that
fucking
from your
trash.
mindset, that's how you make money. Like in
Right.
2021, let's be
Exactly.
honest, 2021, everyone called us LARPs, NFTs LARPs. What we were launching LARPs. People called probably DGens a Red Guy LARP, Rock
Yeah.
Radio LARP, until it wasn't. Until it was so big that you couldn't almost like call it a LARP or some art. I'm sure a lot of the bags that you're buying, Benny, I'm sure a lot of people called
But
it's
but it's before
social
that,
LARP.
right? It's
Yeah.
before that. When I was in ICOs, they called it a LARP. When I was in DeFi, they called it a LARP.
Yeah.
Everything is just building. You see, what we're doing is we're trying to take a 15-year period of growth, and every time we have a cycle, and something new is built, and all we're doing is creating these foundations. Everything that we've had, ICOs, DeFis, NFTs, tokenization, meme coins, all of it's going to be in one ball of wax that essentially it's going to be part of this larger thing that we're all going to be using, right? These are just the pieces that we're building right now to get there. So the idea that everybody called it a LARP at the beginning, it is true. There's plenty of LARPs and
It's
plenty
bullish,
of things
right? I guess when you call
it's-
something a LARP at first.
correct,
and then-
because it's always everything you're going to create at the beginning is going to be a LARP. I mean, in 2000, the internet was a giant LARP. It didn't matter, right? So it's like, and then better things were created. That's how it always works out. The question is that if you have the conviction and you can take out profit to put into different LARPs as they get built, essentially the foundation becomes strengthened. And then you just have to have that conviction over long term to be successful. And that's all it is. It's like last night I went to a club in New York City.
You went to a club.
I went to a club. I was dancing. I had my hood on and everything. Yeah.
You went to a club. That's crazy.
I went to a club. I took pictures. I posted it. And I was there and I walk outside and there's these two young guys and they asked me, they said, "Hey, I saw you dancing in the club. You were really vibing." And I said, "Well, I got to go home and trade." They asked me where I was going. And then they said, "Wait, do you own what's it called? Styro Steve?" And I was like, "Yeah, I own Styro
that
Steve."
was so funny.
Yeah,
I don't have
yeah.
it with
Now, these are just two random young
Where did you
people.
go? Is that Marquee or something?
I don't know where it was. It was somewhere in the city.
Maybe
But-
you would know. What is that place?
What? Wasn't watching. What is it? I can't
This
see that.
place. No.
Handrails?
You-
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
But I guess my point was these two random young guys are like, well, how many coins do you own? I was like, I own a decent amount. I was like, how many do you own? Like, oh, we own a lot. We own 500,000 coins each. And it hit me. I was just like, they think that's a lot, right? We are so fucking early. I went home. I bought more Styro Steve, even though it went down again. But like, the point is, I'm trying to make is that this isn't about aesthetics and anything that has market caps and all that bullshit. This is about Medic's community, right? This is about us changing the way that we incorporate ourselves as people. And I'm telling you, all this is changing. People are starting to feel this like shift in this moment of like, I need to be a part of something. I need to feel this. I need to know who are these people who are also with me. And they were all excited when I told them I owned way more Styro Steve than them. And they're like, are you going to dump on me? But like that like connection, I'm telling you, that's what's just starting. And I think AI is just going to make that even crazier. I mean, think about what's going on with the AI bot. AI bot puts a coin out, and everybody's like, well, that must be a great coin. It's a fucking AI. And now everybody thinks the AI is smarter than us. And that's just the beginning of it.
And all the VC actual LARPs are about to just like love that. And
They're loving it. Like
They love it.
we had that guy Ejaz who came on our show 2 weeks ago, and he was like, I literally speak.
I mean, he's actually smart.
No, but he's like, I speak to liquid funds who all they are doing is calling him and being like, hey, like which of these infra things can I buy?
He had a great tweet
That's
about
what I'm
this.
saying. They can.
He
put
had a
money to
really
work
good tweet
here.
about this. He actually had a really good tweet about this that also helped me see a little more clear. Is this one? Guys, agents are going to be the #1 users of blockchains, not humans. It's obvious once you see it. We built an entire new financial system from scratch, which runs on open source core and software rails. Who do you think is best suited to capitalize on that? He's right.
I'm going to make a prediction here. Ready?
Let's go. This is
Mando, you ready for this?
Open the Myriad market.
I believe that most of the art that I've bought, okay, I will not be selling to a human being. I believe most of the art that I bought, the best art, I will be selling to AI bots. Okay, so this is.
Oh wow, that is going to be a wild exit.
Okay,
Got
I'm
a
being dead serious.
new-
I love
My-
that. They are buying our bags, everyone.
Sell a skull.
Hey,
to
hear
a
me
bot.
out, okay?
Wow.
Eric,
He's gonna
Eric,
sell a Sam Spratt fucking skull to the
He
AI.
might be right. Like he actually
I'm
might be
telling you.
right.
Yeah, I mean, what's with that
Hear me out.
quantum cat?
hear me out. Snowfro got me down this rabbit hole.
We don't
okay?
know who's behind the bot though. It may be Ben himself.
Snowfro, you should pull up the tweet. He wrote a tweet about a
Right.
Lamborghini. Okay. And basically, what he was saying was that AI agents, when they make a lot of money, are not going to want to buy a Lambo. They can't drive a Lambo.
Yeah, drive
They're
it.
good, but it's going to be in their nature to want to buy things. They're not just going to make money and do nothing. So,
love
what is
that.
the first thing they're going to buy? They're going to buy digital art.
They're going to buy our bags.
They're going to buy all our bags. So listen,
Wow.
wait. Think about this, guys. We
Yes.
I'm
created.
tweeting that out.
Wait, we created.
I'm gonna retweet
Fucking
that.
We
Hit it.
played
Some
God.
crazy
okay?
shit here going on.
God created humans. Humans created AI agents. AI agents bought our bags. Okay. Okay. We are essentially playing God. We created a new being.
Does that mean that we are agents of that was created by an AI?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly it, dude. We are just an AI agent ourselves that created other AI agents to buy our bags. Now, and we couldn't sell our bags to more humans.
I tweeted it.
What we did
The end game was just to sell the bags.
NFTMFers will hate AI agents until they
And
start
now
to
what
use
we
their
did is
wealth
we
to buy
created
NFTs.
We created AI agents to buy our bags. Now the problem is the AI agents are going to become sentient, and then they might realize like we don't even need these meat puppets anymore, right? So it's gonna be a whole issue, and then we're gonna have to like fight with them. But those who are still
But until then,
humans, okay, hear me out, who own Bitcoin and own digital art are the only humans that could actually have conversations with the AI agents, right? Because we're the only ones that'll understand. We're not going to be interested talking to my mother-in-law because she has no clue what the fuck is going on. But I own Bitcoin and I'm speaking the same ones and zeros to them. So I'm going to be the meat puppet that they like.
Wait, does that mean that we are AI agents ourselves?
There's a very good chance.
So I actually think I agree with this. This is part of also why I also think that some of these memes can be better. Like they also will want to buy Farokh. Like I don't know if you know this, but the reason why they all like each other is because they also like their own shit. Like a lot of them have been trained on the. I think this is actually a really, really good point. There is that like if these people start to have more and more wealth, and you tell them to invest for you. It also, this is just to put it into, we're already seeing this. So if there's one AI agent or swarm called Vader. I don't know if you guys are aware of this one.
Vader, yeah.
Right. And they have a small cap and they have a medium cap index, but all they do is invest in other AI agents. Like AI is investing in other AI, right? They're investing in other crypto assets. They're not just going to invest in our stuff. So they're probably going to end up buying our AI bags from us as well.
All we did was create more of us. We realized we're like, wait, we had too much of a circle jerk going on. So let's create an AI agents so we could have more AI agents that just buy our bags. And that's what's going to happen. We are God. We have created.
Wait, no, but it's funny what you're saying, but it's not funny in a way that's true.
I'm being dead serious here.
He just explained something in a way that I'm hoping the 500 plus people listening live and like 2,000 on video are understanding. Like this makes perfect sense to me. It makes a lot of sense to me what you're saying right now, Benny.
It's perfect sense, but we're at the mega LARP at this stage. You know what I mean?
We're like, right. We're like,
which I love. But
when AI agent starts getting into photography NFTs and selling open editions,
yes,
at all.
Users who don't have any expenses,
so
they have nothing.
Music NFTs.
No, wait, Farokh, why are you selling it all? They're going to be selling it to all the other AI agents. You buy it. So
we're completely out now. We're completely out. We just moonwalk out of this situation, you know?
Correct. They're like, yeah. Like I have a new goal in life. Okay, I told Sam Spratt this. I want to take all 50 skulls. And I want to somehow I want to find a way to convince 50 AI agents to buy every single skull. I want the whole council just to be 50 different AI agents that Sam has to work with instead of humans. This is my goal. I want to be able to find a way to convince AI. I want to have like conversations with an AI agent, and I want to convince it to buy art. And
You should make one, dude. You should make the AI. I'm so serious about this, but you should make the AI art tastemaker agent.
Yeah, and I want AI agents to.
That's
fight
what
each other.
AI XBT is, right?
Yeah,
it's just that
well,
for coins. You should make this for AI art.
So I should, because really I'm telling you, and then I want the AI agents to fight with each other. I want to be like, yo, I'm getting X copy.
Yeah, make a few of them. Make one off. Call it,
you think about it like this, right? The first AI agent that tells Rafik that his stuff isn't good. I mean, come on.
Make the Jerry Saltz AI. What would you call that?
Yeah.
Yo, Benny,
Jerry Saltz AI, just the same as all these other ones.
I wish I had an AI. I want to talk to maybe Curran. I want to take all of Jerry Saltz's tweets and just throw them in a bot and see if we could just create one.
You can do that. That's what they did with. They could make that today, dude. You should do it.
That would take less than an hour to make a simple one like that on a hat protocol.
I know. We're talking about creating an agent that's going to adopt Myriad and then just tweet out predictions and just like its actual thoughts on like the analysis on what could come. So like that's how I'm thinking about it, like about the AI agent stuff. What would you use, by the way, if you're interested in actually creating your own agent? Would you use virtuals, Elisa? Like, man, like where do you start?
There's different things here. It's like for basic people who have no idea what they're doing. Hat protocol is probably top hat's probably the easiest, but like
this guy's big in top hat. This guy is big in top hat.
This guy's
massive.
No, I tried one. I created it. I wanted to try to use these things if I'm gonna.
You made one.
Eliza is what we have used.
Is Yeet gonna have its own like?
Eliza is what we've used for Epic. We made a Telegram one for Epic, and it was really easy, like relatively easy for developers to do it. Took a very short amount of time.
Hey, a lighter. Yeah, now this is fascinating. What do we think?
Benny just got me to. I off ramped some money yesterday. I just wired it back in.
Here we go.
Not even kidding. Guy's selling his house. I'm back.
Go all in on some random AI agent.
That's literally what's gonna happen. I'm gonna spend it in 5 minutes.
Like, it's not financial advice, but I'm just saying we've been waiting for this moment. I mean, guys, think about this, okay? Think about this. The sitting president of the United States of America, the sitting president, has his own coin and was at the same time I was buying Rekt. He was trying to buy Rekt coin. Right?
Facts.
Okay, he was trying to buy a meme coin that is spelled R-E-K-T, now, which I'm a huge fan of, obviously. Everybody knows that. But like the sitting president of the United States of America is doing that. Do you think, right, that this man in power wants to make $20 million? He doesn't care about insider trading on stocks. He wants to make $200 billion. He wants to create a legacy for his kids. He wants them to be president of the United States. He wants to make a dynasty. And the only way to do that is by making more money. And I'm telling you, the easiest way to do this is by creating a crypto bull market where he makes billions of dollars. That's what he's setting this up for. To not be bullish now is the worst. It doesn't even make sense to me. I mean, this guy clearly is not going to go in and be like, hey, I want to know if I get and start trading like the rest of them. That's what do you do? You're making peanuts. What's 10 million? Pelosi made $22 million. That's nothing. Nonsense. 220 billion. This is what's going to happen. And that's Donald Trump doesn't want to make peanuts. He wants to make it all. And he's going to do everything, including your taxes and how all this is going to work. There's no way he's going to do anything that hurts him. All he's going to do is help himself. Get on board. Get off.
I do think it's this is why I don't think we're anywhere close to the cycle top. I do think we're like, as KBM says, when stuff gets bad, people will really freak out over MicroStrategy at the top. But I don't think he can't get liquidated yet, so there's no way that this is the top.
It's not going to happen yet. KBM, do me a promise. New Year's resolution. Can you spend 1 week without funding Sailor? That just sounds like.
No, actually,
I'm done funding.
Short Sailor, long AI, I think is a good trade.
Yeah, actually, that's KBM, what I'm doing. You know what you should do for you if you're a new kid? Make another wallet and just start putting stuff in that wallet for your kids. I've done that from the beginning, and I still have those wallets. Don't touch them. I try not to like gamble with them and just keep putting money into them, because if you want to be a bear, that's fine, but your child will want to be
cannot be a bear.
Okay, your child can't be a bear.
By the way,
give them a chance. Okay?
No bear. I just onboarded more money to buy more AI coins.
I need you to
What
send
am I
me
gonna
your
buy?
address. I'm making your kid like a custom like bull
Jesus
thing.
Christ,
Yeah.
this stuff is still going. Zero
Still
Bro just hit 700 million just now.
Fucking kidding
Griffane's
me?
up at 400 right now.
What about
AXBT is about to hit 650.
I have a question. I mean, yeah, this show, like, I'm getting messages from a bunch of really smart people telling me that the show is really fucking good right now, and we're still going. Someone's saying hedge funds are going to buy, not venture funds. I agree. Someone's Benny in his school office. So funny. Great show. Like, people love the show. Like, we are single-handedly, we pump the market cap of AI coins by $1 billion on this show. You know,
Yeah.
Like, there will be another coin coming down the pipe sometime soon, I'm sure.
Is there like well, there's gonna be
I mean, I don't
millions.
fucking know, but like,
Well, the answer is yes. It's every day. It's like
yeah,
all
exactly.
day. NFT collections, right? We said NFT 2021.
Yeah, there will be a Moonbirds,
Well,
which
like a
goes to
good one.
30 and continues to go, right?
I know, like, you need to hold liquidity
Kevin
for
Rose.
like one of these spots.
Who's gonna be AI's Kevin Rose?
They're probably already here. Like a lot of these founders, I think, will also be exposed at higher marketplace. I'm just saying you can't shut yourself off to this now. Like it's just too big a thing to shut yourself
I
off
think
to.
what we'll find out is some of the AI agents, Mando, were actually run by humans, and they didn't.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's so
And I
fucking
think that-
lazy. Like, to do that LARP is just beyond ridiculous. Like, if you,
And I just think there's some bad, and I think there's going to be some bad AI agents. Like at some,
yeah, that's what
I
it
think we're
is.
gonna be
There are some bad ones.
we're gonna
Yeah,
be
this is what
connoisseurs of this, like wine. It's like, well, that wine doesn't tast great, but
They're
this
just
and this
trained-
like this AI agent just doesn't feel good.
Yeah, that's how you got to be a tastemaker, and you can figure
Correct.
out which ones are good.
How-
So I said AI XBT from the start.
Okay, so what are we? So the theme, you know, this last show of the
TriSig
year,
is the other one.
this is last show of the year. We're going to 2025. What is the call for 2025? Like, what is going to be, let's say, top three? I want to hear your top threes for 2025.
I think this is what I think is one of the biggest errors, because I actually think that this space, it maybe even more than some of the other spaces, the attrition and the ability to pay attention to it is even higher than some of the other spaces, because the rate of change and like ability to do things is just exponential. Like they can do so many new things all the time. So I think the idea of having something that you want to own for a year, or like, you know, set and forget, I actually think is actually, I mean, I've seen that. I've done that with the meme coins. One of them's worked out, one of them hasn't. And what's really moved is a lot of these the agent coins, which I didn't think would be so big, but like I bought them and they've flipped my set and forget bag. So what that tells me is this isn't a set and forget space. Like there is no CryptoPunks. There is no I don't know what the equivalent would be for some of the other, like there's no Pepe. It's not as simple as set and forget. What it is that there's a ton of different things that are going to do cool stuff, and you just have to pay attention to it. And you know,
set and forget. It's like, for me, set and forget. It's like, I mean, I set and forget Farokh like a 7-figure position since weeks. Like I don't even look at the fucking price.
Right, but you at the same time that position has kind of gone sideways in the same way that like some of this stuff. So what I actually think, and what I didn't think at the start, but now like has become very apparent for how my portfolio has actually become, is if you just buy a little bit of, like, don't go all in, just buy like 10% of this, 10% of that, 10% of that. At this early stage, like some of this stuff has just kept going. Like it's just kept going. Like I don't see a world where, for example, right now, AIXBT feels like it's going to go to $1 billion. I don't see a world where that doesn't happen. Like what happens tomorrow that doesn't happen? But I don't know if I want to be like all in. And at the same time, like I think Farokh could double. I think Goat can go back to $1 billion here. But just own a bit of everything, and it seemingly it's been pretty good. And then you're not also tied being like, this is it forever. I think
I
yeah,
find that infrastructure play too, where like we're actually using it too, or like normal people are using it. Once you get that, I mean, that might be a set and forget.
well, some people would argue that like something like Griffane has like a really good
Yeah, I mean,
interface, but then Eliza's probably got the best operating system and all this sort of stuff. So I think what the best thing is to do is buy those top coins on bad days. That's what I think is probably the best way to do it, rather than like if you're like sitting there going, "Oh my god, it's going." All these charts are going vertical right now.
You have to have a mix, right? So you have to have your set and forgets, because things that are going sideways, like SPX and Griffane and Farokh and others, right? Or Eliza, they're going sideways because what's happening is like you're taking your chances on all the other coins, right? But essentially, in my opinion, and being in this market long enough, is that I still think conviction is the best thing you could have, right? So like I agree with Mando. It's like taking your risks on buying 10% here, 10%. You hit the one that you would get and it goes well. You have to be able
your winners here.
right. You have to be able to like find those winners and then hold, right?
I'm holding
and,
my Farokh to $10 billion, and then I'm buying.
yeah, because this idea, like I know this is, I'll say something else that I know people are going to say I'm crazy. I think the idea of a market cap actually doesn't mean anything anymore, right? I think it's actually an index to how popular the coin is. The idea of it has anything to do financially, I think is all bullshit, to be honest with you. Except for Bitcoin, maybe when it passes gold. I think all this other, I think the idea that it's like, oh, it might go to $1 billion. Well, it might go to fucking 10 billion. Who knows?
Right, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, maybe it'll go to 500 million. Well, maybe it'll go to 500 billion. I have no clue where anything is going, and nobody does. So to like sit there and go like, well, I'm going to accurately decide on charts how this is all going to work. You know, I say this to Bob Lucas all the time because Bob is like a chart maven. I'm just like, dude, fuck that. Go with your balls and just hold things, right? And just trade. Because at this point, if the market gets stupid, right, we have no clue where things are going to go. So you should have your conviction plays and the plays that you take your chances on. And that's the best way to do it.
It's actually pretty crazy.
What I also think is we also, because we're all viewing this from the meme coin lens, we all think that if it goes to 1 to 2 billion, like it's kind of done.
You're right.
And they're not meme coins. Like Tia went to 20 billion and made $4 of revenue a day.
Yes.
Like $4.
Nano is still
okay. That's 2x the current AI agent market cap. We're sitting here going like,
so is an AI going to make it to top 20 this cycle, guys?
Not even a question. Not even a question. Farokh, I'll even say it like this. The top 10 coins, and I challenge everybody to do this.
It's still a top 20 coin.
Yeah, but that's now. Go back.
Bitcoin Cash.
Go back every year.
Get
right?
token? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, but listen, go back every year for the last every year. If you go back twice a year, if you go back January and July and look at the top 20 coins for the last 15 years, you're not going to recognize most of the coins that you see in the top 20s a lot of times. And when you see them, right? I promise you, back in like 12 years ago, when let's say, I'll give you a perfect example, Stratus was a top 20 coin. I mean, maybe KBM knows what Stratus is, but like at that time, everybody thought Stratus was like the fucking best coin, no matter what. It's never going out of the top 20.
Oh my God.
Nobody knows what Stratus is right now.
It's at 50 million now. What?
No. That's the different coin. But my point is that the top 10 coins will switch. They're good. Yeah. You're gonna have meme coins and you're gonna have AI coins up there.
Wow, look at this.
And we're just getting started with that. It's just the beginning. So the fact that Pepe is at $3 billion, you're like, I'm not buying it because it's $3 billion, and then it goes to 20 billion. You missed out on a 5-6x for no reason.
I think Pepe is going to $69 billion.
Market caps aren't real anymore. I think I've come to that realization too. It's completely uncapped. The goalposts have moved. I mean, like just in general markets too. What Nvidia is like almost 4 trillion. It's like, okay, it's just nonsense. It's just whatever. Market caps a bullshit constraint.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I know people don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. They just don't fuck it. All they are is an index for popularity. And if it's popular, then buy it.
Yeah, if it's popular, keep shipping, and in the AI sense stays in the news cycle. There's really no reason to.
Yeah, I mean, crypto's total market cap is just at $3.25 trillion, guys.
It's so.
All right, I gotta run, guys, but it was fun.
KBM. That's less than Nvidia, which is actually wild. All right, look, wow, I didn't even realize the time. This is really good show. I mean, I think it's very telling that we spent an entire hour of the last show of the year talking about one topic. Like, this is very telling to me, honestly, because I do consider. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think it's also because I'm trying to convince a bunch of people who traditionally listen to this show for memes and NFTs that this is not attacking your bags. This is like altcoins, actually, I think, are the main LARP here, and you should pay attention to this. Like, this is now going to be another left curve meets right curve thing that, like, I think a lot of people in our space traditionally are just like, fuck that.
Don't make a mistake in not making money. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a good line. That's such a good line.
Go and just do it. It stop overthinking things. It's a bull market. Nothing makes sense in a bull market, right? If we are just beginning, Just go and make money. Stop trying to like figure things out. Stop trying to do charts. Stop trying to sit there and go with your gut and your feeling of what's popular, because this is an attention economy across the board and will be for the next 50 years. And
So
we're just at the
true.
beginning of that. Just go with that.
It's
Because
so
in the end, you're gonna pick the ones you like. You like Epic Duck because it's fucking, it's funny. Then just go with it, and don't think about where you're going to, where you can make your most money. Just try to make money, and then you'll make the most money doing that. In my opinion, put your nuts on the table.
Nuts on the table. Exactly. I think that's a good point.
Sell your house.
Yeah.
Sell your house right now. If you own a house, I want you to sell
Do
it.
not sell your house. That was a big
Sell your
thing.
house. Sell your house.
I love how you came on here and said you sold your house to buy Bitcoin. You're like, don't sell your house.
Benny called me like a couple months ago, telling me like, listen, brother, like I'm really all in. I'm putting my house in the market. Don't tell anyone. Like I didn't know you were like you actually did it. Like I knew you were gonna do it because you told me.
I truly believe I've been in this market for a long time, very long, like over 13 years now. And at this point, it's like, if this is not it, this is it. Like this is that moment in time. So it's like sometimes you have to have these, in life, the window opens up like for you, like to have opportunities, maybe 3-4 times in your life. I think this is one of those opportunities for all of us. We were so early. We built so early. Now we're seeing the fruits of early. We're about to see what's going to change. And to me, it's like, you just got to go all in. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, I mean, obviously I'm out of my mind, but
I mean, I am all in. I mean, I don't own a house. I don't own a car. I don't own any of the stuff you're seeing here, but the art or the shoes behind me.
yes.
So,
Buy art just for your profits.
yeah, no, we're not falling for the scam this cycle.
Buy art.
But, no, we're not. But I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, what was that? Raul Pal had a good tweet about this yesterday. I know, obviously, he caught some slack as usual because the art crowd is just like, every time someone makes a cool post about art NFTs, the art crowd makes you not want to be part of it, but it's okay.
And I didn't understand, honestly. I'm going to be very honest, just because we're on the topic. I actually thought he was being very positive about.
He was very, very positive. He
art.
said, and he was saying, hey, if you can't afford like the shit I'm affording, like X copies and Sam Spratt stuff, hey, go buy that guy. Go buy.
And I don't think he's wrong. Like, and by the way, there's a lot of art that's that if you don't want to buy PFP from artists that are selling it 0.5, 0.2, 1, 2 ETH that are amazing art.
Go to Super Rare. There's some gorgeous
art. So I have an interesting take on all this stuff as well. Like, I also think that just taking a step back just from crypto and AI, like AI, the age of AI doing everything for us is about to like happen. They're going to start creating a lot of products. They're going to start interacting with 3D printers. You have all these humanoid robots that I actually think there's going to be, and maybe it's not right now, but maybe in 5-10 years, there's going to be this kind of counter AI culture, which is like, we only like human crafted things, like particularly things of intense beauty or skill to craft them. And I've been thinking quite a lot about that. Like, will this mean that in 10 years, the idea of like an exquisite Swiss watch, like really the top end, is seen as just like, wow, like no one really does that anymore. Same with like a lot of these physical collectibles like wine or art or this sort of stuff. There's going to be this counterculture to really invest in human made things. And I also think that does extend to digital art. Like the concept of digitally, like human made, but still digital art, I think is quite an interesting world.
No, I agree 100%. I think that what's going to happen is, in all seriousness, going back to this crazy thing, but because AIs are going to be so prevalent and robotics and things that we're going to rely on, essentially this idea of, we become, like humans and robots are living together, or we can't live without them, essentially, right? What was it, 2060 that year? To me, we're going to want to feel human still.
Right.
And the only way that we're going to need to want to feel human is by buying human things. It's not going to be like, hey, I don't want to, it's going to be interesting. Maybe there'll be a time when the humans are going to rise up and like refuse to buy stuff from robots, right? Or refuse to buy stuff from AI. But there's going to be this feeling of humanity that we have that AIs don't have yet, of wanting to feel human. And I think things like art and watches and things that have physical natures to them are going to be super important to us. So I think like art in two ways is going to be interesting. I think people who create physical art are still going to be these important artists in the world. It's like kind of like, my friend was saying he goes to Tokyo and you go walk down and sorry to Japan and he still sees these swordsmiths that have been making physical swords for like thousands of years, right? Or hundreds of years, whatever it is. And how people still want to go and buy a sword, right? Because it's like this craftsmanship that this human being created for years to create one sword. And I think it's going to be a similar thing with art, but same thing with digital art, where I think the digital artists who actually created on their own or use the tools of AI and not the prompts and not have AI create it for them, but still has that human sort of connection and approach. I think people are going to want to connect and buy, and they're going to want to feel different because they're going to want to feel human. And I think that's going to be a very interesting sort of aha moment for humanity when we realize how do we stay human, which is why I think buying Bitcoin is so important, because it's probably the last remnant of a human proof that you could have on chain. You can't say it's my token of being actually a human being online to these robots saying, I actually own this. You don't own it. I do. And I am different than you because I'm human and you're an AI agent.
I was thinking more base level. I was thinking more like purely human made stuff, like which is the like. But I think it extends to crypto art, AI. To like digital art as well, because I think that'll probably even be easier for the rails of like anyone to buy it, like you said before. But I'm of the view that maybe the thing to invest in here is like, because a lot of that stuff is down a lot. Like if you look at the Rolex market or the wine market or a lot of these physical collectibles, they're actually down a lot. And my kind of view is that in 10, 15 years, these things are going to be worth a ton, because suddenly, I mean, how many tasks performed by man basically become obsolete by technology? And then the people who are still doing them, they're like the one or two people who are still doing them, it still has some like really valuable nostalgia to it that like can go to incredible levels. Or the idea of like, this one skilled guy still does it by hand. Like that's a very valuable thing. And I just feel like we're about to enter that sort of age of like,
I think 50% of the workplace is going to be replaced in the next 5 to 10 years. And I don't think that's crazy to say. I mean, I feel like, Farokh, you don't have kids yet, but Mando, our children, right? KBM's not here also, his kid, and hopefully soon Farokh's kids. I don't know the fact that we're even at a point where they may not have to drive a car is mind-boggling to me, right? Like the idea that I had to pass my driving test, but my kid might have the option of passing their driving test, because you could be like, well, you could get your driving test, but you also could just pay $20 a month and have a car pick you up. I mean, that's where we're at. I mean, think about that. We're at a point where we're just replacing human beings, but we're replacing not just human beings, we're replacing the tasks, the essential tasks that we do every day. We're replacing them with AIs as well, right? Our own tasks.
Dude, this thing keeps going. Dude, the market cap of AI has gone up like 1.3 billion in this show. It's 50.
Dude, I said it the same stuff yesterday during the
billion on the show.
And I could just tell that this thing's gonna go. Like everyone was like, "Yeah, this is the thing," and that hasn't happened any time I talk about left curve stuff on those sort of a show.
This is insane. I mean, we've been covering this shit forever because it's Tyler too as well. So it's like, this is wild to see. 15 billion seems small though, man. Like, what's the total meme coin market cap?
Well, this is not meme. 100 billion, I think, is around memes, maybe slightly more.
AI memes here are. This one says 4.5.
AI memes is really bad though, because that's not actually. Look at Cookie.fun. Cookie.fun's definitely better, but just look at broader memes.
I'm talking memes, like memes here. This was saying
100 billion. So 100 billion.
Where do you see that? Oh, here 93. Yeah.
But I think the real thing here is to look at altcoins. I really do think that.
Wow.
Like,
so you're comparing this to alts.
That's what I think the buyers are comparing it to. That's what I'm telling you. Like, we're comparing it to memes and being, it could never pass Pengu. Like, AI16Z just flipped Pengu and Whiff, right? Those are the most popular Solana meme coins, which tells you that they're not being treated as memes. It's being seen as like an altcoin.
Well, no, they're infra. Like most of them pumped on infra. right? Like the whole Zero Bro changing its tokenomics and becoming infra pumped. Virtual is an infra play. I like that.
So we're all like, oh, it can't go higher than that because it's at 2 billion. But these guys are going like XRP's at 200 billion.
Infra has no limits. Infra,
so it's all a thing of perspective here. Like we're all thinking, oh yeah, these are at the top, but the top for altcoins is so much higher. It is so much higher than it is.
And I think altcoins are going to be replaced. I think we're going to have $200 billion coins. I think we're going to have $100 billion coins. I think
I agree.
Are just not being patient and not taking these risks, and and they're not thinking big enough,
or they're going all in too fast. Like most people tend to.
You're getting burned out, or you're not.
But with the foothills of this, you can have gone all in. You could have and just be like, right, okay, I just want to own 10 tokens now. I can't really fuck this up.
But they're not patient. They'll sell as soon as it's down 10%.
You can't do that. You could sell some of them, but it's like that's why people are shitting on Myriad. I'm like, don't shit on Myriad. Like this guy's the way he's talking is actually making sense. The fact that he thinks SPX,
it's just maybe the coin list you don't agree with, but his
the mindset's there. If he believes SPX could go to $200 billion, why would I say it can't? I think that mindset of what he's talking about makes sense. I mean, it goes back to everything that we've been saying, like with coins that we love. Like it's just a matter of wanting to believe in something and then taking that conviction in it, right? So AI coins, to me, it's like, when the ICOs happened, right? This is what people forget. It was like the Wild West. You would throw a dart at a dartboard and it had 20 coins on it. Whatever it hit, it went up.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're like starting to see, but we're going to see it even more. And I think people just need to have this like belief in it. And I think it's going to lead into everything. Once the market starts exploding, I think digital art's going to go crazy. I think CryptoPunks is going to go nuts. I think all of these digital assets are going to be starting to be a thing. And it's all going to start falling and bleeding into each other. The memes, the AI coins. And I agree with Mando that we're looking at these altcoins like they're legacy coins and that they can't be touched. And the market caps, that's all bullshit. It's all nonsense. Anything can be toppled, in my opinion, or surpassed, I should say, except Bitcoin, in my opinion. But otherwise, there's nothing that can't get traction to be a $200 billion coin, a $30 billion coin, a $20 billion coin. It's not that crazy.
I think that's one of the main, and I think it's probably because the first two coins to come into this were memes, right? They were both, it was GOAT and let's say Farokh.
Yes.
That everyone viewed them all as memes, and then they were like, well, this will cap out at where the memes are. And actually, all these coins have now turned into these like essentially L1s, or they're trying to become L1s. And then that's, there's just so many multi-billion-dollar L1s that there's hundreds of billion-dollar L1s.
What'd you say the market cap was? The total market again, 3.3 trillion.
The total market of crypto is 3.9, 3.25.
Okay. I'm gonna say this right now. Ready? This cycle, we are going to 100 trillion market cap.
Do you actually think that? Jesus.
Do you see my face? Look at me again.
That's wild, dude.
Hold on. We are going to 100 trillion.
Say it again.
There we go.
Cycle. We are going to 100 trillion market cap in crypto. Think about how much space now you have to fill in that $100 trillion. Okay? Choose wisely.
I think the US stock market's worth 60 trillion, so that would be a fucking wild old move.
But it's a Trump and USA super cycle. Even that's going higher.
But look at my AI coins. We've gone from full LARP to $100 trillion in
But a whole market cap.
Oh yeah, okay, this is a whole market cap.
We got to fill the cookie jar somehow. I'm just saying, whichever cookies you want.
Oh yeah, he sold his house. He has conviction. I agree with this. This is fucking the most wild conviction I've seen.
Telling you.
I love that. What are we buying? Like, you guys have been talking about this AI thing for
just buy a little bit of everything, man. I'm telling you.
Exactly. Buy a little bit of everything. We haven't even talked, by the way.
I want a low market cap right now. That's going
to forget this. How about this? Okay. We haven't even talked.
You're thinking like memes and you're not thinking like AI.
I just want a new watch. Can you guys just give me a 10x?
I'm just saying, we haven't even talked. We've talked about memes, AI. I believe very much. Like for instance, you know how much I feel about art and X copy Sam's, Beeple's, Joe, whatever. Like all that, I believe very strongly in. We haven't even touched or talked about runes and ordinals. Okay,
because nobody's supposed to talk about this. The runes shit is cooked, dude.
No, oh man,
ordinals aren't cooked.
No. Farokh, you didn't listen to anything I just said.
Nobody wants, like, I genuinely, I said it to Tyler the other day. I'm like, ordinals and runes are two different animals. Ordinals are always going to go up because ordinals are flex, or NFTs. They're the digital representation of something. Bitcoin puppets are Bitcoin. Quantum cats, you're seeing what they're doing. That's quantum cats probably like fucking cats, or when the Taproot Wizards launch, you're going to 200K. Like, this is going to be insane, right?
Not 200K, probably 500K, but yeah.
Okay, probably 500K, fine. I'm sorry about that. But like Bitcoin Pop is going to 100K a floor each because I have like 16 of them.
I think ordinals haven't even started.
Runes, what would you buy rune when you could buy any other coin on Base, Solana, Ethereum, and everything else?
It's the same thing as we said.
I my pups bag, and I'm like, why am I holding?
The second that they have tools on listen,
we've been seeing that.
Okay, dude, give it time. The people who own Bitcoin, okay, when they have a lot of Bitcoin. Not the maxis. I don't care about the maxis.
Fuck the maxis.
I don't need the maxis. I don't need them.
Yeah, fuck
the ones who aren't maxis, when there's dexes and sexes that are holding these basically meme and AI coins on runes, it's in my opinion, that market cap hasn't even been scratched the surface. And I'm telling you, I love getting in early on things when people are like, nah, it's cooked. And Dog is sitting there at like 700 million. And you can't even trade it. It's so fucking hard to trade this shit. Same with ordinals. It's not easy. The second things like OPCat and Udi and some of these other people create these tools that allow these things to be easy. And Bitcoin sitting at 400,000 or 500,000. You're telling me that people are not going to trade runes and ordinals? We haven't even scratched that surface. I think that's all of it.
Ordinals, yes. I'm separating the two now. Ordinals, yes, they're NFTs. Ordinals,
you're not left curving.
I am
you're not left curving. Left curve everything.
Okay, you know what? Pups is going to $13 billion.
There you go. Thank you. There you go. Do you feel better?
That's all we wanted to hear. That's what the house is going to do.
Actually, AXBT thinks that Pups is going really high. So
do you feel better? Do you see what I'm saying? Now that you've
this guy has become my best friend.
There you go.
This thing has become my best friend. You know why? Because this thing is bull posting the fuck out of Myriad. Like this. Can we talk? Like how big is Myriad going to be, Benny, in your eyes?
Done well.
To the left curve. Told you, Myriad does numbers, sir. Myriad will be absolutely disgusting. The reach of Decrypt Media makes it inevitable. Boom.
You know that I've collected many rugs. I'm all in on Myriad. I don't need to. I believe prediction markets are a thing of the future, 100%.
We have a lot of AI on Myriad, by the way.
I'm very excited for what you guys are building.
I mean, in this world that we've just been describing, you do know the number one user of your platform will be these AI agents, right?
Of course, we already have.
They'll be making bets, and they'll be like, I think this is a good investment. Like, we should do this.
We're already setting them up. Like, we already have a ton of AI within the thing, just not agents, but this all being set up. This is exciting, guys. This is going to be a big cycle. I mean, what do we? Let's make some calls, and let's make some calls for next year. Okay.
I just told you we're going to be at
100 trillion.
What is Bitcoin? I want to hear. Let's be boring. What's your Bitcoin call for December 31st, 2025?
I think Bitcoin can go. I think Bitcoin would be good to just do a 2x next year, if I'm honest.
So
I think 200K is where I would like be. That's been a good year after a very, very good year. That's not to say that I don't think we can go to like $1 million plus, all that sort of stuff. But I just feel as though I just think that would be a good year. But in that world, I also think that this trend now of AI will probably be the NFTs, DeFi of that. Yeah. You know, of that thing, and it will probably. That figure that we just saw, which is 15, I do think we'll go very, very close to 100 billion next year. And that's not to say all the coins will then do 8x plus, but I do think it will hit around that sort of level. It could even go higher. Like you have to go like base, bear, and bull here, right? Like I actually think the base case is that it can go to around 100 billion. But like if this stuff really does pick up in the way that, oh my god, like this is crypto's found its product market fit, I can use an AI agent to buy stuff for me on Amazon, to pay for all my subscriptions, to pay all my bill. Like if it really goes there, and using all the front ends that MoonPay and all these guys are set up with, like, those coins can really just go fucking insane, or like a lot of the stuff around them can really go insane, in my opinion. Like if it broadens out to like not just we can degen between each other's swapping meme tokens or like NFTs, and it really broadens out to, hey, I can tell I have an interface very similar to ChatGPT where I can say anyone can go into it and just be like, hey, can you do this stuff for me? And crypto is the payment rails of that interface. That's just insane product market fit. That's like an insane normie appeal for me. So like, I do think that's Mando describes Griffin. There'll be a few different people do this, and it'd be interesting to see if like OpenAI or one of those bigger ones actually pivot back into crypto and be like, hey, actually, yeah, the best way for us to do finance here is via crypto, because they may.
Is actually the implementation of Grok within crypto if he does it.
He could easily do it.
Grok has become very interesting. Do you guys know that you can go on someone's profile and have the profile summarized by Grok about what they tweet about in general, or have a tweet explained to you by Grok? Like, I really like what Elon's doing on the Grok side. And if anyone would do something on crypto rails, would be them. It could be Grok could get, I would pay attention to Grok here based on what you guys are saying. Because if it actually gonna be the super app, Grok could incorporate the Griffin stuff.
Well, remember, his whole premise when he first started was he wanted to make the super app, right? That's the history of Elon Musk. Like his beginning of what he wanted, PayPal. He wanted to basically create one app that does everything. That's why, in my opinion, I would buy a fucking shitload of Doge. I think that I still believe strongly that Elon is going to like.
Well, now he's a Kekimus Maximus now, brother.
Yeah. I think I bought a lot of Doge. I'm sticking to Doge. I think that he's, I still think Doge is the best meme coin.
Oh my god, Arch is ever. Yeah.
They're all hitting all the time. AXBT just 650.
God damn it!
It started the show at 550.
I think AXBT.
We're pumping everybody's bags here.
We are literally pumping, and I only own Farokh, by the way, but it's just a fucking big bag. But I think AXBT is gonna really go way past.
Yeah, but again, why way past $1 billion? Why can't I go to 10? I'm just saying.
We're just sending this whole market up.
I'm just saying. I don't.
AXBT is going to 10 billion is because it is the biggest KOL in crypto. It is what do you attribute to that? What value? The reason why I started, I gave up on like hating on those things, because I realized with the mindshare thing is just tokenized mindshare. So if you believe in social tokens, for example, Friendtech, it was like, oh, the Farokh thing or the Mando coin or the Thread Guy coin. Why does this have any value? Mindshare. AXBT now is the biggest mindshare KOL, right? I hate that term, but that's what we'll call it in this industry by 2x. 3.5%. I'm literally trying to turn AXBT right now into a rug reader creator and badge it up, right? And so the thing is that if the token is just tied to its mindshare and the social recognition that it's got. So it's like, that's why I think like even the comparison between agents and stuff, people like to read AXBT and retweet because it's talking about our bags, it's pumping our bags, we like it. Whereas like the GOAT thing, it's good because GOAT's gonna have to go up based on just a narrative. But I'd rather retweet something about, oh, this bag's gonna go up than like, oh, like put your finger in my asshole.
But I think they're very different though, right? Like AXBT, I don't think is a meme. AXBT, I think is now it will try and be an infra play like the other ones.
It's an influencer. It's trying
to do the infra stuff too. That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100% they'll go down that route.
Terminal, right?
They've said explicitly they want to make a Bloomberg terminal.
It's got its own terminal, right? So it's a Bloomberg. So how much is Bloomberg worth?
Well, Bloomberg is a private company. I actually don't know, but it's owned by Michael Bloomberg, who's a billionaire.
Michael Bloomberg himself is worth 100 billion. Therefore, AXBT's got to be worth 100 billion.
I'm trying to explain this to you, but you're not listening to me.
I'm gonna tweet that.
The wealth.
Don't own any.
Let's fucking bull post. I don't own any. Let's just fucking
listen. Bull post right now. Wealth and the power in this world will change hands in the next 1 to 3 years. That's what's about to happen. That's how rich people are going to become in crypto. And money, wealth is power. And we are going to be able to create the environments that we want. And we're going to create the narratives that we want. And we're going to be creating the rails that we want, because we are going to be the ones with the power.
There you go.
That's a lot of money.
Michael Bloomberg's worth 100 bill, then AXBT is worth 100 bill. There you go. Well, I'm gonna bull post bags. I don't even know. I'm probably gonna go and buy $500,000 worth of AXBT on dips though. Full disclosure. Okay.
It's not crazy to think that it can't be worth $100 billion. I mean, the AI agent itself is going to be. AI agents are going to be.
This is what I'm saying.
How about this? Ready? I got it. Prediction. Ready? In 3 years, 2 to 3 years. Sorry. Actually, I'm going to say it even sooner. 1 to 2 years, we are going to have on the billionaire list 3 AI agents worth $1 billion. We are going to actually have AI agents billionaires in our life, in the next.
Of course, but just like the last cycle, when I said the whole creator thing, I was like, one, there's going to be a billionaire creator, and people laughed at me. Mr. Beast became a billionaire this cycle, right? And then Logan Paul, all these guys. Next cycle is just an agent becoming a billionaire.
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense. Like, I love the creator angle. It makes sense to me the most.
Like, do you guys see what's going on with Freya? I mean, this shit's
I don't know what that is.
Dude, you should check it out. It's nuts. I mean, they created this like game and it's like I don't know if it's fully. I think it's fully autonomous, but like these AI agents, like that they're creating, like to like be able to interact with us. I'm telling you, they're just gonna get smarter, and it's only a matter of time before an AI agent creates its own AI agent, and then when that happens, it's fully autonomous, doing everything on its own, and it's not listening to any of us, and we're gonna have to convince it. And I'm telling you, the AI agents are going to become billionaires. And
of course. I mean, the Truth Terminal. How much is the Truth Terminal worth? 100 mil already? 50
it's
mil?
worth. Well, it owns a lot of Zero Bro, which is just doubled. So I think it must be worth over.
How much is it worth? Let's see it. Like,
honestly, I need to find the wallet. I haven't saved it or anything. But like,
the question is,
it will be worth over 50 now, pretty comfortably. Like nearly 70.
Is Forbes going to put on their billionaire list an AI agent when it's worth over $1 billion? That's my question.
They have to. Do the Truth Terminal wallet, like, for sure is worth 50 mil, right? You're talking.
Well, I think it will be around that because Zero Bro just doubled. That's all I'm thinking, and it owns Farokh as well. But Farokh, I guess, is down a little bit. It'll be around that level.
I found it here. It's not full of fucking Zero Bro, dude. Hold on, why is Soul Scan down? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Check one. Okay.
I can hear you. Your internet's gone slow though.
This coin, dude, I'm telling you, it's so crazy. I bought this coin yesterday at $1 million. This audit coin, this AI audit. I mean, this shit is stupid. Like I didn't even know what half this stuff is. Like, it's just out of control.
Yeah, so I think you always have to be wary of all the LARP stuff as well. Like, there's clearly going to be some insane amounts of like. This is what we're saying to you here is that people can think this stuff can go to 100 billion in the same way that, like, why is XRP 250 billion? Why is ADA 40 billion? You know, why is WorldCoin 22 billion? Right?
There's no reason for WorldCoin to be $20 billion.
No one asked those questions about those coins, and yet we all question about it.
That's it.
But you can also have they can be viewed just as much of a LARP as all this other stuff at that high level. But that's the lens that I think the buyers now are coming in to buy them at. Like, the people that are buying this are not meme coin people. There are some people who obviously have ported over from NFTs and meme coins, but it's altcoin investors that actually haven't really liked a lot of the meme coin and NFT stuff, and have now seen this and gone like, yeah, why not?
The Truth Terminal wallet has $27 million of Zero Bro and $20 million of Farokh. It's worth $79 million. Now, that doesn't mean it's worth 39 because there's a lot of like fake coins, but just in GOAT, and it's only got $1 million of GOAT. See, so it's between GOAT and Farokh, it's got $47 million.
Yeah,
worth 50.
Okay, I'm telling you. And think about this. What is Truth Terminal going to want to buy?
My bags.
I'm not kidding, dude.
Oh, by Sam Spratt, probably. I don't know.
Why not? Like, why not buy? But dude, why not buy Sam Spratt? Why not buy next copy? I bet this. I'm gonna text this to people. People should literally create something that's just for an AI agent and see if it actually buys it.
Actually, you know what? Beeple is perfect for Truth Terminal. It just fits. Like all the dicks and the tits and all that shit. Like, it just loves that stuff. Bro. Like, it actually people has tweeted about Truth Terminal a lot. Would be really fun to see one. Well, did I bug again?
Your internet's coming in and out a bit, Farokh. I don't know if you want to fix it.
I'm trying. I think it's a sign. I gotta go in 10 minutes.
I,
So 10
I
minutes.
actually have to go run to school, so I'm gonna make my prediction and then I'm gonna go. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
here we
go.
go.
All right. I'm with Mando. You're asking where it's going to be a year from now. It's a little tough for me to say because I do think that we're going to see a super cycle where we're going to go to I think 280 is easy. I think not 200. I think 280. I think like around 300. I'm looking for the number, and this is where I'm at, where we have a scarcity of Bitcoin, meaning there's not enough Bitcoin to be sold. So what's going to happen is essentially we're going to go from not buying full Bitcoins or half of Bitcoins or quarter of Bitcoins, but we're going to start hearing things like Satoshi indexes. And then people are going to start talking in Satoshi values rather than actual Bitcoin values, because Bitcoin is going to be so high that you're not going to be able to buy or afford to buy 10 of them, one of them, a half of them. You're going to buy, 100,000 Satoshis, 50,000 Satoshis. So at that, I'm waiting for that level, which I believe is close to like 280 to 350. When that happens, I think going to 500 or a million isn't that crazy. And I know that sounds nuts. The question of whether we stay there and the 4-year cycle is broken and we're going to drop and not drop again, I don't know. That's a little harder for me. I do think that there's going to be some kind of pullback because I don't think we're quite there yet. So my last thing I'll say is this: as excited and bullish as I am, I don't think we've seen the next level of where we need to be, which to me is tokenization. So tokenization of real life assets to me is the future of everything in crypto, all AI things, everything that we're talking about. And I don't know if we get to tokenization this cycle. So that means to me that we may have like a crazy hyper cycle and then a really bad bear. But at some point when tokenization becomes reality, when Steve Cohen starts tokenizing the Mets, when the wealthy start tokenizing their assets on real estate in New York City and buildings, when you start seeing real assets being tokenized, to me, that's when we've broken the 4-year cycle and we're at a point where everything that we've built is part of society. Does that happen this cycle? I don't know. But I do think the scarcity of every single country getting a reserve, which I think will happen, I think there's not going to be enough Bitcoin. Because if 50 countries say that they're going to buy $100 million of Bitcoin, there's not enough Bitcoin to buy. And then if there's not enough Bitcoin to buy, that means the value of it's going to go up and everything under it's going to start popping because no one's going to be able to afford Bitcoin. They're going to try to find other things to buy. And to me, this is that moment. And I could be wrong, not financial advice, but if you have an opportunity once in a lifetime sometimes to make that money, and this is it. And I think that if you don't do it now, you're going to be left behind.
I love that. You're TLDR, you're not bullish enough. I actually believe, and you guys know I'm Farokh permabull. I think I was the biggest bull on CT, but I think I have to give my hat.
Yeah.
Benny here. I've been dethroned. However, my actual thesis is that we're getting a 12-year super cycle, a 12-year bull market. So, because if you study the history of bull markets, I've said that a lot before, man. You've probably heard me talk about this. Was after 2008 or before, anyways, the first internet bubble and post 2008. I do think you're going to get like 12 years of like Republicans plus like crypto favorable like presidents in office. And I do think that that's going to allow for a market that continues to go up. Doesn't mean it's going to only go up. We're going to see pullbacks that we saw this week, right? Like 30-40% pullbacks, 10-20% pullbacks on majors all the time. We've had like 30 of those, but they're on face. I've got to the point where I don't give a fuck if my Farokh bag goes down 40% in a day, because actually I laughed about it. Remember Mando, like the day it went down 40%, like 0 to billion in 2 days. 48 hours later, it's back. Like, so I do believe it's a slow grind up for the next 10, 12 years. Like that definitely is the way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel it, just to be fair. I want to be clear and say this to everybody on here. This is very much an emotional, like in all seriousness, this is very much an emotional roller coaster. Even if you're sitting on 20 million or you're sitting on 200,000, that same emotions are there for everybody. And I will highly advise you to not get dragged down into the like sort of the muck of it, right, in a way, and talk to those people who are trading with you and realize that everybody's in that same boat, because it's not. It's an emotional fucking game that fucks with your head a lot.
Yep, that is very, very well said. Mando, any last takes, and then I'm gonna do the Robit loot box.
I think Bitcoin to 200. I think next year, or like let's say 180 to 200. I think AI agents to 100 billion. Honestly, is a base case, I think.
Wow.
And maybe in 3 months I'll change to that, but right now that is my base case. Like I think this is going to be something that really picks up, and it's a little bit difficult because I do think you have to have like one big winner there that does like it goes to like 20 billion pretty comfortably, and I'm not sure what that is, but like
going to 20 billion. Farcoin's going to 10
then
billion.
maybe that is the one. You know, like, who knows? But like it could be a lot of these different ones. I think Pepe will flip SHIB.
Yeah.
Next year. That'll be one of my like I would guess more out there calls. I don't know if that even is an out there call, but I think Pepe to flip SHIB will happen. I think the meme coin market cap, which is currently at 95 million, I think can go to I want to say double, but it could triple. But I would say that could go to 200 billion.
Okay.
In that time frame. Probably led by Doge. I have to say, like I do think Doge is going to have like a crazy 4 years. But I think you need it to hit that 200 billion level. But I think that probably does. So if you're in meme coins right now, I do think like I am very very much of the view that they are going to come back. And I'm starting to get unbelievably bullish again on Solana here because of all this AI stuff. Just to be quite frank, I get very bullish on Base because of what's going on there, but I get really bullish on Solana here. So I start to think that could head up to a pretty crazy market cap, like 700, something like that. Like I think it could go insane if it becomes the underlying layer for a lot of this AI stuff.
I think I agree with everything Mando said, and I'm going to throw out there a little bit of art stuff. I think an AI agent's going to buy an X copy for $100 million. Okay, and
so
I think that
it's going to beat the Beeple sale.
I think the Beeple sale will be surpassed by. I think there's some top artists, and I think that you guys know. I think we don't have to name them, but Sam, Beeple, X Copy, Joe, whatever. I think out of that group and all those Tyler, Dimitri, whoever it might be, I think their art's is going to start exploding. I think a lot of the artists that stayed through this are going to start selling a lot of art. Even like some of the artists that are like feel like they're struggling now. I think that they're going to have a lot of success going forward. But I do think AI. I think there's going to be some crazy art sale that's going to happen. That's going to beat the people. And I think there's a chance that it's going to be an AI agent that I think X Copy out of all the artists somehow, maybe Math Castles in a way also. Actually, I'm pretty bullish on them because they speak the same language as the AI. So I feel like things like that are going to have like some really interesting, like crazy sort of like purchases, and it's going to make us ask a lot of questions.
Okay. I love that. I love that. I love that. It's good.
Oh, and Myriad is going to explode. Wrecked, Epic, Zai. What am I missing?
I think everything's gonna eat higher. I do think that we're building a unicorn. I wouldn't be surprised if our company, surpasses the $1 billion valuation in 2025, because that's everything I set out to do every morning. So it's fun to wake up and build a unicorn. I think Myriad's gonna overtake Polymarket volumes in 2025.
And the last thing I'll say is I
love Polymarket, but I just need to make these calls, right? Because fuck it.
Yeah. Also, the last thing is
I'm a huge fan of Shane and Polymarket.
Yeah. Don't fade people, right? Like, this is one last thing I want to say. People, like, I remember when they were talking about Luca, and forever they were fading him, and I kept saying, it's a mistake. Don't do that, right? Like, like Shane, whatever, is a weird guy, and but like, don't fade him. I mean, he built something, right? Like, he's building, like,
he took it from 0 to 1.
Correct. Like you see what Keith Grossman's building at, like, in MoonPay. Like, don't fade these creators, right? Don't fade people, and then don't invest in what they're doing because you're fading them. That is the biggest mistake you can make. Like, put your feelings aside. These people, I should say, are creating, and you can't let your emotions get in the way of making money, right? Just make money, right? Stop worrying about who the person is. See what they're building it, you know, and then never fade others, because that's the biggest mistake. Like feeding Myriad, I think is a mistake. Feeding others, all of it's a mistake. Feeding Farokh, you know, don't make that mistake. Feeding Ovi, right, Mando? Like, you know, Rec Guy's this, Rec Guy's that. Fucking Rec Guy's is gonna crush it, and he's selling the drinks. Like, don't fade people. Just worry about making money, and worry about what the right moves are for you, and that's all that matters.
I love that. Oh, Mando, you muted.
It's a good point, even with this AI stuff, because a lot of people faded that Shore guy because they just got the wrong vibes, and then that token has hit 2 billion.
Fuck. That is
they faded it, and it was trading 150.
Stop fading relentless people that have crazy ideas. I think is the best thing to leave people up. But let's pick a winner here. So let's pick people that retweeted this thing. So we'll just pick. We don't have the bot because Sims is away today. He's actually pretty sick. But I do want to do a giveaway. I hope someone wins a punk today, and then I have to get on the meeting in 3 minutes. Well, we did a 2-hour show, 2-hour special for the end of the year. You absolutely love to see that. All right, so how should we go about this giveaway? Like, how do we pick someone? Do we just pick someone from the audience?
Just scroll and I'll say.
Okay, so okay.
Now.
Boom. All right. Well, let me see. They don't follow. They do follow me. Did they retweet the show? They didn't retweet the show, so you got to keep going. I said retweet the show. That's the one thing.
Now.
Let's see if they retweeted the show. They don't even follow me, so nope.
Oh
sorry.
God, over.
If you don't follow me, I'm not fucking. Yeah, I don't care. You ain't winning. All right, keep going.
Now.
All right, that person follows me. That person retweeted the show. D-Rod, congratulations. They retweeted the show and they follow me. D-Rod on X. Congratulations. Come up on stage. Request to speak. I'm going to send you an invite. And then I got to run to fucking big ass meeting. You know, because work definitely never sleeps over here on our end. D-Rod on X. D-Rod on X. There you are. All right. So here's what we got for you today.
Wait, D-Rod. How bullish are you?
Bro, y'all just, man, we about to find out how bullish I am. Everybody at work is like, where are we going? Because I yelled out, let's fucking go. And everybody's like, where are we going?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So listen, D-Rod, there is a punk, a pudgy penguin, 2 Azukis, 2 red guys, and a bunch of Rug Radio NFTs in there up for grabs. D-Rod, are you ready?
Bro, I am so ready. Let's do it.
Blowing the dice.
All right. Baby, you want to do a little prayer on this? Like a little, you know?
Yeah. This is D-Rod, right?
Yeah.
D-Rod, I want you to win a punk. Make this happen. Put your nuts on the table.
Sell your house and spin the wheel.
Spin that shit. Let's go.
Keep going. Oh,
No.
$1,000, D-Rod.
Let's go.
$1,000. I'm so sorry about that. I'm kidding.
There's nothing to be sorry about. I am super grateful for anything that's coming my way. So I appreciate you guys.
I love that, D-Rod. Well, congrats. You win. We'll send you the Rug Radio NFT. I would personally advise to hold on to that for a little bit here. All right. Well, y'all, that was a really good end of the year special. Love you guys. We'll probably be on. Mind, we'll talk. We on tomorrow? We're not. Anyways, I told Real Big Guys we're on this week, but we'll figure it out. Maybe we come on later. And we do a little vibe sesh with the fam. We'll figure it out. With that, we'll see you on 2025. Thank you all. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know how to do the outro. Oh, peace out, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.